wish I'd seen this movie sooner. Hi, I'm Skyler, and you could say I like movies. Let's talk Puss in Boots 2, The Last Wish. Now, I'm not normally a fan of spin-off series, but this one was very fun to watch. And, thankfully, you don't really need to watch the first film to get the full picture here, which is nice, because the first film is the only in the series that isn't currently on Peacock. It's on HBO Max. What's up with that? This movie follows Puss in Boots as he's on the last stretch of his legend. In fairy tale fashion, cats really do have 9 lives, and he's on his last. And after a terrifying encounter with Death's fursona, Puss heads to a cat sanctuary to live out his last life in boring peace, where he meets Perrito, a carefree and somewhat overbearing dog disguised as a cat, who one-sidedly decides that he and Puss are now best friends, kind of paralleling the OG series when Shrek meets Donkey. But that's not where the parallels end, as after learning about a map to the last wish from Goldilocks and her bear crime family, Puss sets off to steal this map from the movie's villain, Jack Horner, where he runs into an old flame, Kitty Softpaws, who reluctantly joins the duo of Puss and Perrito on a journey to find their way to the last wish, which gives another great parallel to the OG film, as we now have a one-to-one mirror of Shrek, Donkey, and Fiona. But this movie does a lot more than just pay homage to the original series. It has a wonderfully fresh perspective on parodying a lot of fairy tale and other children's stories, like reimagining Goldilocks as a bandit alongside her adopted bear family. Their storyline in the movie is as heartbreaking as it is heartwarming. It ends so beautifully and really exemplifies the idea of chosen family. And the movie is only as good as its villain, and Jack Horner is a beautiful villain. I miss the days when a villain didn't need a redemption arc and was just pure evil through and through. And he lives up to his nursery rhyme. He is the embodiment of greed and opportunism that the original portrayed him as, all exemplified by the bag he stole from Mary Poppins filled with other mystical trinkets he stole from other fairy tale creatures. And not to mention Jiminy Cricket, who is a great contrast to the pure evil Jack embodies. This was a truly hilarious duo, and all the more ironic as it was revealed that Pinocchio was one of the reasons Jack became more jaded as an adult. And what stands out the most to me is what Puss does with his last life throughout the movie. At the end, he isn't the boastful and over-the-top cat who laughs in the face of death, as he was in the beginning of the movie. He faces death head-on and earnestly, which earns him his happy ending, where he, Kitty, and Perrito sail off to far, far away, to meet up with Arthur in Puss in Boots 3, or just meet up with his friends in Shrek 5.